Okay, I'm here with my brother. I told y'all I would bring y'all some exciting interviews, and this brother right here, he is a father. He's a business owner. He's a writer. He's an accomplished author. And here's his book, by the way, right now. It's called The Truth About Gang Banging. But this is my brother Manchi, and he's from my neighborhood. And we have stars in our neighborhood, and here's one of them right here. Welcome to the podcast.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, tell the people a little bit about your name and who you are.
Jerry Tizino, a little different. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my people Mr. Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody call me Mancy. Name my old man gave me. Straight out the womb.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was born in John Peter Smith Hospital.
Yeah.
Uh, opened my eyes and took my first footsteps in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Uh, like I was telling a friend over there earlier, I had the privilege, man. Now that I look at it as a privilege of living in a lot of different places,
Okay.
you know. Um, but Stop Six was always that was my home. No matter where I went, I always tried to make my business get back here.
Yeah. So, what does Stop Six mean to you?
And at one time, it meant unity.
Right.
It meant love, and it meant loyalty. Uh, it meant a brotherhood and a family. You
Okay.
know, when you thought of Stop Six, when I thought of Stop Six, I thought about my home. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
You did some time in prison.
Yeah, yeah.
How much time did you?
I did a total of 18 years and 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, in two trips. My first trip I did 10 years and 6 months. And my second trip I did 8 years flat.
Hmm. Hmm. What did you learn?
Man, hmm, man, I learned so much. But one of the main things that I learned uh, is I learned to be a good judge of character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you deal with so many different type of personalities in prison. And I went in when I was 17. I was young. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so it became important to start identifying who was with you and who was against you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you got to learn quick. And I credit prison for giving me that teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important for your growth to
Mm-hmm.
understand the company you keep,
Yes,
and the
sir.
people that you're around, and the people that's in your circle.
Yes,
You know,
sir. Yes,
I,
sir.
I have a position right now where I'm able to mentor to young kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, it's crazy looking at them because you can see you. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
see you. You see how naive you was. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even though you thinking you know everything, you naive. And you have somebody like I told him the other day. I was talking to a young cats and I told him that, man, you got somebody that done actually experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually, it ain't too much you can tell me that you experiencing or you going through that I ain't did it, and I'm telling you the outcome.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you listen to somebody that's telling you the outcome? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, uh, you went in at 17.
Yes, sir.
What did, what type of effect did that have on your mother?
Mm. And that's something too, man. I'm glad you asked that, bro. 'Cause, we don't realize who we affect when we do what we do. We so selfish, man. It's crazy.
Mm.
It's that you don't even care about people that's actually gonna take this ride with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe that it was devastating to both my mom and my dad. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that ain't something that you see for your kid. And when I say my mama moved around a lot, it was that was one of the reasons why. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Try
Mm-hmm.
to keep me or prevent me from getting wrapped up in something that eventually led me to where I went anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, best that she could.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure going to prison uh, made them feel where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of the youngsters don't know or not thinking about the effect that going to prison has on their loved
Right.
ones.
It's selfish, man. You but like I say, I relate and I understand
Mhm.
because I start to give you more honor, more respect, more love, more appreciation than I do my family. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like most of my time is spent with my homeboy. That's why when you get to a position of getting older and understanding, man, it hurts you to your heart when you realize that we were never even close
From the jump.
from the jump. It was hidden animosity in the circle uh, uh, that you just wasn't paying attention to
Yeah,
until you get older, and then it come out,
yeah.
and then it hurts you because you're like, damn, man, I would have died for you. You know what
Hmm,
I'm saying?
hmm. And that go
Yeah,
back to what you were saying when you said you learn how to be a better judge of character.
yes, sir. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir. Because you can't see when you,
When you in it,
yeah,
you too wrapped in it, man. You too wrapped in it, and that's why I say when I see these young cats, man, maybe I spend for my homie, I do it for my partner, and
mm,
they do all this. I'm like, damn, you gonna come to a point where you realize that if God allow you, you know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
If God allow you to get to a point where you realize that you jeopardized it all for something that had no substance,
Yeah.
no real meaning.
Hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Kind of, it's how I like the setting.
hmm.
I like that because I want people to understand that I represented Truman to the core.
Yeah.
So much so that I even named my son Truman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but I'm way more than that.
Mhm,
That was a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? That was a part of my life that I learned a lot from.
mhm.
But it's way more than that. So I'm glad that you brought it here because I want people to understand that you can be here and still envision yourself somewhere else and get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Now, just for those of you who need clarification, um, we don't edify or glorify the gang lifestyle. But we have friends and relatives that were engulfed in it, and uh, God saw fit to bring them out. So they testify and they share their experiences with the viewer who might need to hear it. So um, let's get back into some more questions. If you could change anything about uh, your childhood, or if you had if there was any regrets about your childhood, or if there was something that you could do over, what would it be?
Man. Um, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Uh, you know how it's what they say is the shade for people that, especially street cats. I always say, man, I ain't want to change nothing.
Mm,
Because what I done made me who I am. Something that's like the street thing to say. I don't have no
yeah,
regrets. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But the actual truth about it is, if you don't have no regrets, then that means that you comfortable with your current position. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the most people that say that they not, they not.
Yeah.
Look at them, they not. You know. So somewhere you made a mistake. Somewhere something had to be redirected or recorrected, take you down another road.
Mhm.
I wish I would have never went to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Truth be
I
told.
almost say that was just part of my, made me. No, man, that was something I wish I could have left out.
Mhm.
It took a whole lot of my life, you know, coming out here as leaving as a 17-year-old kid. I look at my son now. I think about him in prison. 18, he 18. I can't even see him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to think that me in prison at 17 years old, you know, being influenced by things that I see, learning as I go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have nobody really to teach you. Everybody out for something. You following motherfuckers that
Yeah.
that maybe you shouldn't have, that don't really have your best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say you had to learn to be a good judge of character.
Yeah.
Gotta pick that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would change that, bro. Definitely.
Right.
You know. Mm-hmm.
So you went to prison at 17,
Mm-hmm.
and you did 10 years right off the muscle.
Right off the muscle,
So
man.
from 17 to 27, you was gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of years, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years. Um, let's switch gears. Um, so, or do you still consider yourself Truman Street?
Mm. Yes and no. Yes, because it's like I try to give a person an example of people that go to the military.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they get out the military, but you can still look at him and be like, he been to the military. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Just his movement, his
Yes, sir.
the way
Yeah.
he stand, the way he wears his hat. You know, every now and then he might even put his uniform on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's something like that. This is something that I've been doing since I was a kid. You know,
Yeah.
and so it kind of get into your system. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It kind of becomes you. But I see the ignorance in it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I see it ain't really meant me no good. I see the division, like with people that I consider loved ones. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hard to say that, man. Yeah, you still want to be a part of something that you see as honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So if your son came to you and he said, "Daddy, you know, I'm getting put down," what would be your reaction?
Well, with him, I would really be like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it serves no purpose,
Mm-hmm.
especially in your life. With us, this was new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like growing up in the era of crack, and people start doing it because it was new. You see some crackheads now, the person
Mm-hmm.
tell you doing crack? Like, you done seen all this happen, and you
Yeah.
still doing crack? It's the same thing with my son. It was new to us, but to
Mm-hmm.
him, I'll be like, why? I'll try to get him to make sense out of it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make me understand why, and then I'll try to talk him out of it by letting him know what I experienced through
Mm-hmm.
it. Mm.
The reason I ask that is because when I see LA podcasts or any type of LA documentary on gang banging, they 5 and 6 generations deep. I'm talking about 60, 70 year olds that still promote it. And how do you feel about that?
I feel that it's a culture. It's to them. It's a culture, man. It's hard, man. And I know if people who see this, they might get upset at me, man. But gang banging wasn't our life, man.
Yeah.
We made that our life. That ain't where we come from.
Mhm.
So it's different. It's different. We done. I mean, it's not to say that we didn't take it real because people done died behind
Yeah.
it. It was real, but I'm saying it was not our culture. That's why we can kind of break away from it now.
Hmm.
They can't.
Yeah.
It's embedded. It's too deep. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but as far as anybody as an adult to say, man, when you're a child, you act as a child.
Hmm.
When you become an adult, you put away childish things. You know better. You do better. So that's just show a 7-year-old, 60-year-old promoting gang banging. Man, that to me that just shows his ignorance, and I try to stay as far away from it as I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's ignorant, man,
Yeah.
because you done seen the damage it do,
Hmm.
and you gonna try to entice somebody else to be a part of it. Come on, man, that don't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Now you are employed with the city of Fort Worth.
Hmm.
Talk about that.
Man, uh, I've been working for the city of Fort Worth for
Okay.
a little bit over, something like that. And man, I got into it just by filling out the application. Man, it was a job opportunity that came up. I was told about it. I was already going to school to be an electrician. You know, I was going to school for that when I first came home. Man, trying to do something to get out the streets, stay out the streets.
Yes, sir.
You know, I was trying to think of something I could do that could make me some legitimate money, and I don't have to, involve myself in street stuff. And it led me to doing electrical work.
Yeah.
And which allowed me to fill out an application to get hired for the city of Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
And,
So, were you finished?
yeah,
Okay. So, there would you say that there is no excuse for somebody who did time in prison and is struggling with life out here on the streets?
everybody's situation is different. However, I believe if you ain't working, it's because you don't want to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much you can do. You know what I'm saying? It's too much you can do. When I first got a job, I ain't never had a job before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was hard trying to convince a panel
Mm-hmm.
that you gonna work.
A
When you
parole,
don't
like
have,
a parole board. Yeah.
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 You don't have no, how you gonna work? You don't have no work history.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to be persistent with what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And give me the opportunity to prove myself.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the opportunity. And I think a lot of us that don't is because it's hard for a lot of people that's in the streets to make a transition.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard for you to be like, man, to be in the streets.
Yeah.
And then you just, Jerry at work. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
carry that bucket and go pick that up. You know what I'm saying? Do what
Uh-huh.
you need. It's hard, man. It's hard for the average cat that been somebody, especially dudes that's making money, that had money they've been on.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you go to a job where you have to follow somebody else's rules when your whole life you've been setting them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to make a transition. To me, that's the most common reason
Mm-hmm.
why our people in this neighborhood that get out of prison doing all that time get stuck in it because they can't make the transition into that world.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Now, we right now, man, are sitting with our backs to the street.
Mm.
Uh, what does that say about your growth as a man? Because even though I didn't bang, I would never sit with my back to the street, especially this street.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what does that say about your growth as a man?
It's just a change, man. When you ain't living like that, you don't expect to happen things like that to happen. You more relaxed when you're not living like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely show you growth because if we was in that, I mean, even though I know you got to be cautious, like you say, I didn't bang, but I still wouldn't be with my
Right.
back to it. But it's that would say a change, not just in myself, but it had to be the environment itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Were we able to do that?
I think it's also along the lines of peace within.
Mm-hmm.
And then that goes back to what you said about, not living a certain, yeah. But I know I've seen with my own eyes people get shot on this corner.
Right. Yeah.
And it was the store that used to be over there,
Yeah.
did you hang out at this store?
Yeah. Yeah, I did, man. That was the spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody hung there. It was there. Killing them houses right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Jack and them houses down there on the corner, across the street from Martin Luther King Center, and then Trent House was down the way.
Yeah.
That was like the little circle that
Yeah.
everybody used to hit.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let me look at a couple more of these questions. Tell me about fatherhood and the importance of it, just how it feels.
Uh, yeah, that's something that's important to me too. That's why I'm real cautious with what I do, and even what I say. My kids is grown, so I'm pretty sure they'll see something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to stay in a light of being respected
Mm-hmm.
as a father, as a man.
Okay.
Uh, I know a lot of times, man, you're not carrying yourself a certain way, your kids can lose respect for you.
Mm-hmm.
And once the respect is lost, the child is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always try to. I love parenthood. Uh, I love being a father. And like I say, I'm real. Um, I pay attention to
Mm-hmm.
the things that I say and what I do because I want to. I want to always be an example. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yes, sir. I talked to Lil Dave,
saying? Mm-hmm.
and
Big homie.
yeah, and I told him to give me some words to describe you that were personal to him. And one of the words that he used was dependable.
Mm-hmm.
How does that
Mm-hmm.
how does that make you feel
Uh,
for him to say that?
yeah. Uh, uh, humble,
Mm-hmm.
appreciative, definitely appreciative. That's what it to me. That's what you do it for. It's for guys that's those positions that we looked up to, we admired. Uh, to send back a salute to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feel good. Definitely appreciate.
I was always told that a man is only as good as his word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for somebody like that to say that you dependable,
Mm-hmm.
that, and he also said that you were trustworthy. He said that if he loves you, he loves you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't no in between.
Right.
If he don't love you, he gonna show you.
Yeah. Right.
That's what he said. So, uh, what does it mean? Well, let me put it like this: would you rather be loved or feared?
Mm. It got to be a balance.
Mm.
I believe it got to be a balance, man. For me, this my belief. Everything is set up in duality.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it got to be a balance with everything. The good got to have balance. The bad got to have balance. In love and fear, it got to be a balance. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? Too much of either one is gonna fault you.
Mm.
Too much of love, they're gonna take advantage of you.
Mm.
Too much of fear, they're gonna get rid of you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So it got to be a balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you rather be loved and feared?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I talked to Trent right before the interview started,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he said that you was conscious,
Mm.
and he said that whenever he wants to have an intellectual conversation, he talks to you. What does that mean?
Like I say, man, these guys that we always that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? That I always kind of admired. So to hear somebody like that compliment you, man, it's always it's appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
man. Move right back at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it definitely. That's what, like I say, it don't matter. You're gonna hear the chit chatter, you're gonna hear you're gonna hear this. Everybody gonna have their haters, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Say that again.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
gonna but it's the
Yeah.
ones that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned this too. The ones that care don't matter. And the ones that matter don't care.
Mm.
Make sense of that.
Mm. Now, I was going through your Instagram and I read a quote that made so much sense to me. And I'm gonna read it to you. It says it's talking about the hood. It says the hood will sell crack to your mother. Watch your little sister grow up and try to fuck her. Kill your brother and send you to jail. Steal your dreams and steal your family. No matter how much we love the hood, it never loves us back. You remember that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
Is
you gonna give your all. You see, some dudes took this lifestyle. Now, and like I told you, I actually had the opportunity to leave and go somewhere else if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I chose to stay right here. You know what I'm saying? Stay. Uh, and it's because of the love I had. And and with when the gang banging stuff kicked off, man, I took it serious. You know, real serious, man. And I feel like I gave everything that I could. I always cared to a fault what everybody else thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that could be good and that could be bad. But when, like I say, at the end, man, when you start hearing or start seeing people operate differently than what we all were supposed to be taught to operate on,
Okay.
it's disappointing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you feel like, man, dang, I done gave all this, and then you still be the ones that you know that's hated on. You know, when you don't understand hate, when you don't now I understand it. You don't understand. Mm. You know, I want to be quoted on saying this. It starts at admiration.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You'll have somebody be like, man, Moon, you so doing your thing, Moon. Man, I see you, man.
Yeah.
Man, for real, man. It's admiration. That admiration can turn into envy. Envy ain't always bad. Envy can be like they want to be you, but they can't. You see what I'm saying? Man, he sure got it. Man, I wish I could talk like that.
Yeah.
If you don't check your envy, it turns into hate.
Hmm.
Because now you realize I can't be you. I can't do what you do.
Yeah.
And I can't stand that I can't. I can't stand you. I don't like nothing that you do. Every time you come around, I just get a distasteful feel inside. It's sickening, man, but it's real. And I had to experience that to understand it was real. I ain't did nothing to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Starting from admiration.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, and I've had that happen, to me it feel like betrayal.
Yes, sir.
And it hurt when you love somebody and you feel like they love you back and then they show you that they don't. Uh, but yeah, I can pick up what you're putting down. Okay, let's talk about this book, man. The Truth About Gang Banging by Manchi B. Talk to me about that.
I wrote it when I was in prison, just sitting up thinking about the gang, what I experienced and how I viewed it. It ain't a book talking about who started what. It's not about that. It's just my thoughts about the gang and what people don't realize about the truth is it's a lot of it's a lot of different truths, man. That's why you don't argue nobody when they say that they tell the truth. Because it's a lot of different truths, but it's only one fact.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only one fact.
Yeah.
So understand that that's my truth. My truth can't be argued.
Yeah. So how's your book doing so far?
I don't promote it, man. I don't really promote it like I should, man. Getting disappointed, discouraged about some things, man. And I set it on the back burner. I did put it on Amazon. For those that want to read it, you can go to Amazon, type in "The Truth About Gang Banging," Manchi B, it'll pop up.
Can I promote it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. This is this man's book, and it's the truth about gang banging. And man, it might be an eye opener for somebody out there. So go to, you say Amazon, and what else?
Just catch up with me.
Okay.
And I sell it out the back of my truck, like
Okay.
P.
Yeah.
Diddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, however, whatever it takes to make it move. So the truth about gang banging by Manchi B. You want to talk about the story that we talked about on the phone on the west side?
Oh man, yeah.
Okay. Let's go in. Let's go into that, man. I think somebody might need to hear that.
Yeah. Oh man, that was we was out this street truly used to be like, man, it was something about the movies, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And everybody wanted to come over here and see it for themselves. And we used to have a lot of, you know, robbers. You know, it was stop six, and it wasn't just our stop six. It was just right here,
Mm-hmm.
and we was into it with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this particular day, we was all hanging down there at the Martin Luther King Center. Man, we was just chilling, and one of my family members from California, he a close family friend from California. He came down here, and he was always talking about how they used to bang in Cali. Man, we used to do it like that. And I was telling him, man, we do the same thing here. You know what I'm saying? We down here. This day he pulled up to the park, and we was all out there. So he went to spray paint, hitting up the wall. He hit the wall up one side to the other. He was like, man, you know, he wanted to get it on. I'm like, man, let's roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I told one of the homies, man, hand me the strap. I jump in the car. We shoot off to the west side. Way to the west side. From here to the west side is a ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, and we drinking all the way. You know, we got our 4 ounce. We drinking. Now, remind you, I'm a little kid, 16 years old, and you know, I can't really drink too much anyway. But you know, I'm already toasted. By the time we got there, I get out the car, man. I remember pulling up at the store, and I got out the car. I walked around one of those 18-wheelers that be delivering the liquor and everything. I walked around that, and the dudes was all sitting up there at the store, standing on the in front of the store. And I actually, man, forgot what I was. It's like when I seen them, it's like, man, you know, I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, man, what you doing over here? You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping. Well, they started approaching me, and I kind of like turned around, and I seen my kinfolk in the car. He like, so boom, I'm like, okay, yeah. So I pulled the gun out. But when as soon as I pulled it, everybody scattered, but the one cat that was right in front of me. And man, I tried to off him, man, and it wasn't his. I guess it wasn't his time, you know, and everything backfired. You know, everybody came around and they dumped me in. I took off running into the neighborhood, man, and wound up going to this house. They wound up calling the ambulance. I wound up going to waking up in the hospital. Yeah. That's what happened, man, in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How long were you in the hospital?
I was in the hospital probably like 2 days, about 2 days. But what was crazy, I remember my old man saying that they called him in the middle of the night and told him that they need him to come identify me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he said that, because I was young, they couldn't do no operating on me or nothing like that until they get the consent, I guess, of my parents.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's why they called it like that. He said he remember raising up in the bed. It was like, man, because he knew how I was, what I was doing and how I was living. He said he thought that was it.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine, man, being a parent and hearing something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man.
So they had to operate on you.
Yeah, they just like sewed me up on my arm and the back of my head.
Mm.
Yeah.
Man. So God was with you.
Most definitely. In a lot of situations, man. A lot of situations. So That's why you look back over things now, man. And it's like you see that it got to be a bigger purpose for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to be, man. Some of the things that you escape, you got to learn to get to a point to be thankful and show your gratitude.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you sitting down with me. You know, yeah. When I saw you working for the city, you know, like I was telling you, I had heard a story or two. I said, man, he doing something positive, you know, and that's kind of what I like to promote.
Yeah.
So tell the people about your business ventures.
Well, right now, I just opened up an event center, 5808 East Rose Lane Street. If you need birthday, somewhere to have birthday parties or the small events, contact me. And it's 5808 East Rose Lane Street. You can contact me at 817-655-2691. I also do electrical work in the DFW area. So if anything you need that done, electrical, give me a call as well. And that's it, man. I'm just like I'm drawn to hustling, man.
Right.
I just know I can't hustle like I used to, so I try to do everything legitimate now. And my hands in a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing a lot.
Yes, sir.
I'm just thankful that I'm able to still have my health and strength and able to do so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we watching. Yeah, we watching. Just somebody told me, a long time ago, you never know who's watching. So, I always try to live a life that's pleasing to God, because I never know who's watching. Might be a kid. So, man, like I say again, I want to thank you. And I always ask, people who are in my era, who was the best, Scarface or Tupac?
Scarface, me. 'Cause I grew up with Scarface. I missed Tupac's whole era. I'm a Scarface fan. I like Tupac, but his face on mine.
Face all day.
All day.
Okay. You got a favorite song by Face or a favorite album?
I like both of them together on that Smile.
Okay. Face and Pac.
Face and Pac.
Yeah. In the project with no lights on. Yeah. Man, well, I know I done said it, 2 or 3 times, man, but I want to thank you.
Yeah, man.
And man, you're welcome to sit down and talk with me anytime.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace, and we out.